Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a faux lock hair installation. So let's jump right into it. So in this video I used a new technique, maybe not to others, but a new technique for me. And so essentially this video is going to tell you guys, give you guys tips and tricks on how to get your faux locks or goddess locks installed quicker. So for me personally, I'm more of a traditionalist. When it comes to goddess locks and faux locks, I personally just prefer the individual wrap method. In my opinion, they just look more natural. They have more character, I guess you can say. I've done faux locks here on my channel several times, and this by far is the quickest installation that I've had. The whole process took me about, I want to say about maybe 7 hours. I kind of split it up, like I started at night and then I finished the next morning. So overall it took me about 7 hours. And for me that's good timing, especially with doing my own hair, considering the length of these braids. I did use color this time. I'm going to go all into detail into that in the installation portion. And before we jump into this next segment, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications. So let's get started. Yeah, I'm going to start by telling you guys what hair that I'm using, because I know that's always like one of the first questions. So I have like this red burgundy look going on. So these are Goddess Locs. So they have the wavy, curly, loose ends. So for the wavy curly hair, I use the Freetress. I use the Freetress Deep Twist in 22 inches is this hair right here. And then the color is 99J. So basically your standard burgundy color. I will say, as far as this curl pattern wave texture, I don't really care for it too much. As you guys can see, it's already like fluffed out. Literally as soon as I took this hair out the pack, it started tangling on me. So I do not recommend leaving a lot of this hair loose at your ends, because it's gonna tangle. And then to wrap my hair, I'm using the Bobbi Boss Jamaican braid. It's this one right here, and this one is in the color 1B Burgundy, and it's just a 1B Burgundy mix like that. So yeah, that's my hair. So first things first, when it comes to saving time, it's going to be dependent on the size of your braids. Obviously, the smaller the braids, the longer it's going to take. The bigger the braids, the shorter amount of time you'll have to spend, and also your parting and your spacing. Originally, when I would do my faux locks or goddess locks, I would do like a freestyle parting. Again, it's just my preference. I like the way that the freestyle parting looks. It looks more natural and kind of effortless in my opinion. However, whenever I do the freestyle parting, I always end up with really small sections, and small sections means more braids, which equals more time. So this time around, I pre-parted and sectioned my hair off. I just kind of did box parting, and then around my front I kind of did like triangle parts, just so it's not super uniform. Again, I really do not like that super uniform look when it comes to faux locks. So basically what I did was, when I did my sections, I braided my hair, my natural hair, at the root, and then kind of twisted it. And I twisted my natural hair up before I started adding any of the fake hair. And that took me about an hour to an hour and a half. Again, it's going to depend on the length of your hair and the size of your parting for how long it's going to take. But yeah, that only took me about an hour to an hour and a half to do. Now I'm going to show you guys how I actually install it, that braid. So originally, I would take the wavy hair, braid it into my natural hair like an individual braid, and then wrap it with the kinky hair. And that would take forever, and it will also create a lot of tension at the root of my head. So since I have these pre-braided, I'm just going to take my wavy hair and I'm just gonna take a small piece. I'm going to use a crochet needle, and I'm going to crochet that curly piece in my braid. Then I'm going to pull. Oh my god, okay. Again, this hair I do not like. So then I'm going to pull the braid through. I'm gonna have a piece on either side. So next I'm gonna take one of the Jamaican twist braids. I'm going to kind of separate that a little bit so that you get more coverage when you're wrapping. So yeah, I have one long piece, and then I also have some shorter pieces that I already cut and put to the side because these are kind of long, and so one piece is not enough to cover the full length of the braid. So I'm going to feed in another piece at the bottom when I'm wrapping. So you also want to have some shorter pieces kind of pre-cut to the side to feed in later. And I'm just going to do the standard method where you take one end and I'm going to lay my shorter piece to that, and then I'm going to take the longer piece and begin wrapping. So for the most part, it's very similar to the regular method. The reason you're saving time is because you're not braiding this hair in. And this hair is going to give you the length that you need. But since it's crocheted in at the root, it's secure within the braid, and it's going to give you all that extra length without you having to actually braid it. You also want to make sure you use enough of this hair so that it still kind of gives you some fullness within the braid, within the lock, so it's not like too limpy. And you can, if you want to, crochet this hair as well with underneath the braid. If you use that softer hair to kind of wrap, then I would recommend crocheting it at the base, because if it's a softer textured hair, it'll more likely slip. But with this hair, it's pretty coarse, so I don't feel the need to crochet it because it stays in place. So when it runs out like this, I'm just going to take a piece, one of my shorter pieces that I already cut, and just continue the process. So when I start running out at the bottom, I'm just going to start wrapping back up, and then I'm going to take a lighter and that's it. And like I said, like, I have no tension at my roots. Like, they're very comfortable, and they have a lot of movement. They're not stiff. They're really flexible. And yeah, so I'm going to show you guys another one. So I just finished the last braid, so I'm gonna do like the final touches. As far as how many packs of hair I use 2.5 packs of the Bobbi Boss, and then this is all I have left of the Freetress. So I use 2.5 packs of the Bobbi Boss and then 1 pack of the Freetress. So I'm gonna take some styling foam. I don't even know what brand this is. Just gonna pump some of that in my hand, and then I'm just going to work it through the braids, especially these ends, because like I said, the hair was tangling straight out of the packs. So I'm gonna put some mousse on my ends, or some foam on my ends, just to kind of bring get those ends a little more life. Go in and trim like unnecessary scraggly ends.